so much for taking the time to talk to me. I watched the film
Grace.
last night and it was amazing. I laughed, I cried, it was fantastic. So yeah, congratulations on that. I'm wondering, what has this release been like for you guys? Because you're still building up to the release at TIFF, but people are starting to watch it now. You're getting feedback. Could you guys talk more about that? John, I'll start with you.
Yeah, thank you, Gracie. We're very excited. That's such amazing feedback from you. Thank you. I'm very glad you laughed and cried. That means a hell of a lot. We've done our jobs. That's beautiful to hear. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're very excited. We're so fortunate to be in Toronto. It's an amazing achievement for all of our team and our actors who've done so well, and just goes to show that they've paid us back so much for us believing in them, and they've just been absolutely amazing. So it's really to them. I mean, you can say a lot of things about film, but for me, it always comes down to the actors. It's about the fantastic actors. If you have great actors and there's chemistry, and you buy what their characters are supposed to be doing, that's the film. You can shoot it in black and white, you can shoot it on a cell phone, but for me, it's about these guys. So I'm so glad you've responded to the film this way. It's very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it at TIFF.
Yes, I'm so excited for audiences to see it and get their reactions to it. As for you guys, the actors in this is the second time you guys have stepped into these characters. How have you personally seen them grow from your first rendition of them to now having them in this new movie in different settings? Could you talk more about that? Shamilla, I'll start with you.
Yeah, it's been a very beautiful thing to like witness and unfold. I think the first time around for me, by the time we wrapped the film, I was like, okay, I'm really getting into this character. I feel like I know who Keisha is. But it took, you have an idea of how you want to portray someone, and you know which choices you want to make going into something. But that kind of like changes on the fly as well because of other character dynamics, etc. And so like just finding Keisha's feet was what I did in the first film. And then by the time I got to the second, I felt like I knew who she was. I was comfortable playing with her. I knew her vibes. I knew her goals. I knew her ambitions. So I was quite settled into the role. And then that, alongside with the script, there's a lot more like action adventure in the second film. And so just like having that like confidence and comfortability within Keisha was really, really nice to play with. And then also just her arc, in the first film, she played more of a love interest role. And then to see her grow into this like leader in the second film, and for her to take charge the way she does and get things done alongside with like these incredible women next to her, was just really nice to play and fall into that role and kind of like and showcase her talents in that way. So yeah, it was a good arc and I really enjoyed it.
Definitely.
Sorry, Grace. I know you're asking the other actors. I'm going to go, but thank you so much, Gracie. I've got to head to catch us. So,
hi, John.
Hi,
cheers,
John.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Have a safe flight.
Report from Toronto. Thanks.
Yes.
Lots of pictures. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, whoever wants to go next.
I'll go next. I was just so grateful that we were given the space again to dive into those characters and tell the story. I think with Mila, her growing up in the movie, it was nice for me to explore that because they were taking a risk by going to save the guys at the prison. She was putting her career on the line again, but this time, she knew what she was doing. Family comes first for her, and they had learned a lot since the first movie. The females, having gotten just more savvy with their connections and who they know, and now that they've gotten more money. But I think it was very cool for me to explore Mila's personality and what kind of woman she wants to be. And I'm glad that we could take the lead, and alongside Antival and Keisha, they could just be a dream team and really go and rescue the guys and take the risks that come along with that. It was very, very cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I love the female like empowerment in this movie where the ladies kind of take the lead for some of it.
Yeah, I love it too. That was one of the things that drew me to do this again. And I'm glad that John gave us that opportunity to have fun with that.
Yeah. Keen, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's always challenging doing a sequel and having the characters arc also like feed into the second story or the sequel. Obviously, in the first one, you meet Jerome and Mortimer, fresh out of prison, readjusting to their home environment back in Burkhardt or whatever. And so when we meet them in the sequel, we've seen them time has passed on, we've seen them settle in, and what has become of these characters, all four of them in this space. And again, like the actresses said, the script also, it really helped and was John's guidance, and he was so open to us feeding in and contributing to the character and the growth of the characters and the arc of the characters. It really helped because you do feel a lot more involved once you have the freedom to do that as an actor, with the director, of course, and the writer. But yeah, it was nerve-wracking to say the least, because you really want to do a good job. You want to really honor what's on paper, what's on the script, and hope that you do the best for these characters and where they've come from and where they are and where we find them at the opening of Umbrella Men 2. So yeah, it's come with challenges, but I think once we settled into the groove of the script and where we were going and what the tone of it was, and just re-establishing each other and our roles, I think it became a lot easier. And of course, you're working with a cast they're just phenomenal. So everybody's supportive and giving. So, you know, it makes what we do a whole lot of fun and a whole lot worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it seems like the cast gets along very well. And I personally love the themes of family, but also mixing in comedy with it. Do you guys have a favorite scene or favorite moment from your time on set that really speaks to you guys about this whole experience?
Favorite moment on set, I've spoken about this before, was so we're scuba diving like in the ocean, and there was a moment that I was like underneath the water in the ocean, sitting on the like ocean floor with all my scuba equipment. I had Bronté next to me, I had a safety officer on the other side, and we were just waiting for some technical stuff happening above board. And there was just this moment of like, I can't believe this is my job. Like I'm shooting a film, I'm communicating under the water in like this alien territory, doing just like really, really awesome stuff. And I think I take away, like, I was just so present in that moment, and that's a big moment for me that I take away from. And then there was one other moment, just to touch on the comedy aspect. There's a moment where Keisha and Mila and Auntie Val go to Tandeka to go and get some money. And because of who Kags is, Kagiso, he's the actor in that scene, he's a comedian and like quite loose, and he likes to improvise, and he brought the improvisation out in all of us. And it was the last shot, and it was on me, and Tandeka did this thing where he like fake spat in his hand. He was like, "We've got a deal," and I just went and I spat the like biggest loogie into my hand, and you could hear there was like an audible like on like on the crew that was like really close to us, and I was like, and I shook his hand. But it was such a throwaway scene. Like, I didn't think they were going to use it. I was like, oh, it's the last shot. Like, we've got it in the can. We were just playing around. And then that actually ended up making the film. And it was just, and that whole sequence of like how how funny that day of improvisation was. And then the fact that little piece made the film, I was like, huh, that's funny.
Yeah, definitely. I actually love that scene. I laughed at it. And I wanted to know if that was improvising or not. So I'm glad to know that it made the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was a fun scene.
Yeah, Bronte, how about you?
Well, there were so many moments on set, but I think I enjoyed the time when we were all on set scuba diving. It was a long day of shooting under the water and just doing a lot with the scuba gear. But I think there was a time where everyone on set got to bond a bit and just like hang out, because we also had new characters joining us. Shivmi Isaacs and Sivan Gezi. It was pivotal, I think, and key for us to just hang out and connect a bit. And the four of us, Keenan, Shamilla, and Jock, we like to bond around food because we're all foodies. But there was one day on set at the naval base in Simon Sound where we ordered fish and chips,
Okay.
and it is a fishing village, so there was just, we immediately when we knew we were shooting there, we were like, let's order fish and chips. And it was just a great bonding experience for everyone. And
We were like eating it with
those
our
new
hands, but like at
yeah,
lunchtime, yeah, we were like
I
getting
think
in there.
we were getting in there. We are never shy too. So it was nice to show the new guys, this is what we do. These are the vibes on set. We bond like this over food.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Why not? Yeah. So I love that there's this on-screen and off-screen chemistry. One of the themes of this movie is family, and I think that we did that also off camera. We hung out together. They stayed together. We really get to know each other as actors as well, and not just like on camera characters.
You?
So many highlights. Obviously the underwater stuff. I think one of my most challenging days was Mortimer having to do a bit of Elvis in one of the prison scenes. And I remember I think we shot half the day on the scene, and I just kept on going. And I think I came to John and I was like, can we not do playback on this?
Oh, what? You didn't do playback?
mean,
You did it in every take.
in every single take. The
Oh, I
only
didn't know that.
The only time they did playback was to get the reactions, to shoot the reactions from the extras.
Okay.
So I had some downtime, mime time. But yeah, I mean, I think that scene itself stands out really strongly in the film. I know it's definitely one of the pivotal scenes in the film. Just narratively, it's a pivotal moment for the guys in prison to sort of get to the next phase of their plan, right? Because if this thing doesn't happen, the girls are out of bounds or out of communication lines. They won't know what to do. Our plan would be effed.
Yeah.
So that was definitely, I mean, just as an actor, it was definitely first time performing on camera, but singing on camera. So it was challenging, but every other scene with the girls shooting at the castle, doing the underwater scenes was just, yeah, I think it's every actor's dream to be able to do any one of those. And we managed to do it in an entire film. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I love the singing scene. I thought it was so perfectly integrated into the
I haven't
movie.
seen it.
Yeah,
You haven't seen it?
Yet, Gracie.
We
No.
haven't
Oh
seen
my
it yet.
goodness. I feel
Yeah.
special now. But if
Well,
you
John offered to send us like screeners of the film, and then we all just went, no, we'd rather just watch it on the big screen the way you intended us to watch it for the first time.
Exactly.
Fair enough. I am seeing it at TIFF again, so I'm excited to see it on a big screen as well.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
But I feel like I need
Awesome.
to ask, you have a first and a second. Have you guys talked about a possible third film and what you would want it to follow?
We we were speaking about the moment that the second film came into fruition, we were like on set shooting it and it was happening. We've been speaking about wanting to do, well, as actors, wanting to do a third film since then, because we're like, if you're gonna make two, like why not make
Might
it
as
a
well make
3-part,
three.
right? Might as well just keep the ball rolling. We're all very keen for it. I think the producers and the director, they're going to see how the second film does, and obviously it depends on the audience, etc. But we are so keen. We're like immediately yes. And things that I would like to see, like I want to see maybe some like international travel, or like I feel like for a third film it has to be bigger and better. I couldn't even tell you what a storyline would be, but I feel like it needs to be an international storyline.
Okay.
Yeah, we've gone on the waters, we've done the ocean. Now maybe we should like fly somewhere and do like
Yeah, we should do
air
something.
stunts.
A bigger adventure.
Which
Bigger
one of
and
you will
better.
jump out of the plane?
Me,
You said it.
pick
I'm just
me.
putting it out there if you're gonna go up in the air.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
we keep telling John, we're like, we can do anything. It's just don't worry, because he was like, we can get stunt double for you guys. You won't have to go into the water. And all of us were on a group together on WhatsApp, and all of us were like, no, we'll get our scuba accreditation and we're gonna do the underwater stuff. Like, we're not scared. We can do anything.
Yeah, definitely. But congratulations again on the entire film and the upcoming release. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Gracie.
Gracie.
Thank you, Gracie. We're so glad you loved it.